The Tonight Show's blue curtain parted, Johnny Carson delivered his monologue, and the cameras rolled. For 30 years, this nightly ritual brought comfort to millions. But behind the scenes, chaos often ruled. Celebrities arrived nervous, unpredictable, and sometimes chemically altered. Johnny had a sixth sense. Within seconds, he could tell if someone was drunk, stoned, or worse. A subtle look in his eyes told producers to brace for anything. Touch his tie? The guest wasn't sober. Straighten his cards twice? Keep the shot simple. Over decades, these secret signals became a life-saving system to manage stars under the influence. The 70s were wild, a producer said. Stars sometimes barely remembered their own names, yet Carson made it look effortless, turning chaos into seamless TV. One guest nearly got cut mid-interview. Another left Johnny joking about a contact high. Backstage pressure. The green room was a mix of nerves and substances. A good appearance could launch a career. A bad one could haunt it. Many arrived enhanced. Alcohol, pills, or drugs. Carson adapted. Slightly loosened? He guided them. Truly impaired? He simplified questions or cut segments short, all without the audience noticing. George Carlin, the functioning stoner. George Carlin's transformation into a counterculture icon in the 70s was visible on his Tonight Show appearances. Longer hair, edgier jokes, and a relaxed approach reflected the era, and the subtle ways Carson managed guests who weren't exactly sober. George Carlin riffed like a genius and grinned like a stoner, a camera operator recalled. That glazed look in his eyes had become part of his brand. Appearing over 130 times, Carlin was one of Carson's most reliable and popular guests, but he never guest-hosted. Johnny loved him, respected his brilliance, but he couldn't trust Carlin to run the show. Unlike other impaired stars, Carlin remained sharp and professional, just more relaxed. A functioning herbalist, a staffer joked. The weed didn't hinder him. It fueled his creativity. Carson adapted, asking open-ended questions that let Carlin riff freely, producing brilliant stream-of-consciousness monologues that defined his counterculture persona. Richard Pryor, comedy's raw nerve. If Carlin was functional, Richard Pryor was volatile. Hilarious until he got cosmic, a stage manager said. Pryor could start sharp and funny, then drift unpredictably. Johnny acted like a traffic cop, guiding him back when necessary. One 1978 segment showed Pryor wandering mid-joke. The audience laughed nervously as Carson smoothly redirected him and transitioned to commercial. Masterful crisis management disguised as casual conversation. Carson respected Pryor's talent and cared about his well-being. He let Pryor fly when brilliant, created safety nets when unfocused, like a trainer with a magnificent but unpredictable big cat. Truman Capote, literary genius, television disaster. Not all impaired guests were comedians. Truman Capote's 1980 appearance became legendary for the wrong reasons. Slurring, barely conscious, he wobbled on set, forcing Carson to simplify questions and salvage the segment. Off-camera, Johnny was furious. Capote had crossed the line from relaxed to non-functional. He was banned from appearing again, and the incident prompted stricter backstage monitoring. Cheech and Chong, truth in advertising. Some guests made no secret of their state. Comedy duo Cheech and Chong built entire routines around cannabis culture. Carson played the straight man, exaggerating square personas and letting their stoner antics run wild. During a promo for Up in Smoke, Chong rambled freely while Carson's subtle reactions, raised eyebrows, innocent questions, kept the audience laughing. Carson knew exactly what he was doing, turning their high antics into classic comedy. Some of television's most legendary Tonight Show moments came from guests who weren't entirely sober. Johnny Carson had an uncanny ability to navigate everything from relaxed creativity to chaotic impairment, turning potential disasters into memorable television. Peter Fonda, suspected LSD in tow, delivered a bizarre 5-minute meditation on time and consciousness in 1970. Carson stayed calm, asking simple questions and maintaining a neutral demeanor until he could end the segment, a masterclass in live TV damage control. Oliver Reed in 1975 demonstrated the limits of tolerance. Slurred, aggressive, and unpredictable, he disrupted the show with threatening behavior. Carson acted decisively, cutting the segment short and banning Reed permanently. No humor or charm could override real danger. Sammy Davis Jr. in 1974 was high energy, likely fueled by stimulants, but remained polished and professional. His rapid-fire stories dazzled, and Carson subtly guided him without calling out his state, preserving both performance and dignity. Across these appearances, Carson applied a consistent philosophy. It wasn't about judging substances, but about maintaining professionalism and entertainment value. His staff spoke of an impairment spectrum, adjusting responses based on guests' ability to deliver good television. Functional highs? Fine. Non-functional, disrespectful, or aggressive behavior? Absolutely not tolerated. Unlike today's era of social media scandals, most impaired appearances were treated as amusing footnotes rather than career-defining moments. Carson's control of his show meant he could shape perception, guide, protect, and manage, even when guests were high as a kite. Many later expressed gratitude, noting that Johnny preserved their dignity and crafted memorable TV moments despite the chaos backstage. Carson's legacy wasn't just comedy, it was masterful, empathetic crisis management, blending entertainment, professionalism, and an understanding of human imperfection, all while keeping audiences laughing. If you enjoy classic Hollywood stories, timeless glamour, and legendary stars, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Share your favorite old Hollywood icon in the comments, or tell us who you'd love to see featured next. Turn on notifications so you never miss a new deep dive into Hollywood's golden age.